One. Okay.
All right, we're back.
Yeah.
Back at our homes. It's funny. I don't know. I think both of us worked more at the office over the last couple of weeks than we had for the last couple of months just because of the tax deadline.
Yeah.
I tell you, I found myself really tired at the end of the day. Like that all day long working the brain on complex things and bouncing from project to project.
Yeah.
I found myself getting a lot more tired.
Yeah.
Of course, getting older, I'm sure, adds to that too.
Yeah, it was definitely the last few weeks, basically since July 1st. It felt like, the old April 1st tax season, it felt to
Yeah,
me. So,
yeah. We experienced a couple of interesting things. I know you had some extensions you filed for a new client that got rejected.
yes. Yeah.
The old CPA had filed an extension for that person.
Mm-hmm.
Did
Yeah.
it, so did it end up causing any other problems other than the fact that our extension was rejected? I mean, I assume we now know the client was extended. The client could get their payment in if they needed to.
Yeah, so that was really interesting. I was able to track down the other, because there was these two kind of common, they both these new clients use the same CPA. As like, okay, that's got to be the reason we're getting these rejections. And so tracked her down in San Bernardino, and then just called her and said, hey, did you happen to file an extension? And she said yes. And so clearly understood that was the reason, is that there had already been an extension filed on her behalf.
Yeah. But it's a good lesson to make sure that, when we get new clients, they really need to be sure to contact their previous CPA and let them know that they're not coming back.
Yeah. It's easy to avoid, probably.
Yeah. We also had, this was new to us, at least it was new to me, a couple of returns that we e-filed that were rejected because there had been tax returns already filed under their name and social security number fraudulently.
Yeah.
Which is such a hassle for our clients, especially right now. One of my clients is getting a big refund. They had overpaid significantly, and given the fact that the IRS is so backed up right now, this is going to put a massive delay on them getting this refund back.
I think in my client's case, the fact that it was delayed so much was probably a good thing, because of the fact that the IRS hadn't issued the check to this fraudulent person because they were so far backed up, and we caught it in time that they were able to put a stop payment on that check. But yeah, what a hassle. I mean, they had to fill out this affidavit. We're now paper filing their return. We were on the phone with IRS for over an hour trying to compare numbers and just try to really figure out, how did this happen? It's a mess.
Yeah, so that is the procedure. It's to paper file the return, fill out that affidavit to get the ball rolling with IRS so that they remove that fraudulent return from our clients' accounts.
Yeah.
And then the IRS does have a website with a list of things they also recommend you do. Contact your credit agencies, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. It was,
other than that, good to get through that deadline and have it was the most bizarre tax season ever.
In the 21 years of doing taxes, I guess, for me, anyways. Yeah. There was one thing I guess I wanted to bring up too. We had we prepared this partnership return, and we were getting one of the partners kept contacting us and saying, what's my basis in this partnership? And I thought, this is really interesting. I'm thinking about, hey, each of partners, they need to be able to track their own basis, and I don't know that they're doing that. We tend to rely on kind of what's on that capital account and on that K1, but that isn't necessarily the basis in the partnership, especially this one I know that has been bought and sold several times, feeling like, hey, the CPAs for each individual, you need to be tracking that and making sure that what your true outside basis is when you finally go and sell your partnership.
Yeah, super important. For us, there may not be an immediate need for that information when preparing a tax return, assuming there's not a loss limitation or the client doesn't take distributions in excess of basis. You can, when you're in the middle of tax season, you go, well, I know there's plenty of basis here. I don't need to be exact with this amount at this point. And you're right, it is the taxpayer's responsibility to maintain that information. But with that being said, it's a really worthwhile project to get that caught up and correct so that we've got that information in the future. And then, we talked a few weeks ago about the fact that partnerships are going to actually have to start reporting this tax basis anyway. So it kind of feels like this year or two is kind of the reckoning on forcing taxpayers to get this number exact.
So it's just going to give us this is a good off tax season work now for us.
Yeah. Although I don't think this year there is an off tax season.
Yeah.
Anything, we've got a firm holiday tomorrow, so offices are closed tomorrow, which is July 17th.
Yeah.
It's Groundhog's Day. You can never tell what these days bleed into each other. Are you doing anything fun over the weekend?
I am building like a pavilion, that Costco pavilion that was for sale. I'm attempting to build that this weekend, so
Nice.
We'll see.
Nice.
Yeah. How about you?
We are taking the kids and we're going to Palm Springs.
Oh, that's right.
We figured, I looked at the weather forecast and it's going to be about 1:15, and I thought, let's go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a dry heat, so
Yeah,
it's
I
fine.
guess so. Yeah. All right.
All right.
Well, good chatting.
Have a good weekend.
Okay.